Hey, this is Chris with Stealth Cam. The season is quickly approaching, so it's time to get our cameras out to see what bucks are out there, how big they are, and where they're at. And then we'll start utilizing that info to hopefully develop a pattern and pattern a big deer. What I like to do is first off find that buck. So I'll put cameras on water holes, food sources where I think deer are bedding at night. If you got to go out there and find a high point where you can glass in the evening, this time of year, they're really hitting soybeans hard, for example, find out where those bachelor groups of bucks are coming out, and you can hone in on that area, put the camera up, see what bucks are there. Right about the beginning of September or shortly before they shed their velvet here in the Midwest, I like to go out and pretty much put a blanket of cameras out on my farm to start to gather intel of where these bucks are hanging out, where they're bedding at. And from there, I can take that intel and start to dissect it even further. So if I know a big buck likes to bed on a certain ridge and there's 3 food sources that he may be going to, what I'm gonna try to do is put cameras on the outside of that bedding area and then on those food sources, and then see what direction he's going, when he's heading there, why he's heading there based on what the weather patterns are, and use the photo tracker in the Stealth Cam app to start to dissect that movement and hopefully develop a pattern. If you've got a big cold front pushing through, the season's here, I'm gonna make sure I'm out in the field and hunting based on what those trail cameras are telling me. Even if there's been nocturnal movement prior, it just takes the right day to get him on his feet in daytime. As early season transitions to the rut, those deer are gonna be on their feet a lot more, but they're not gonna be quite as patternable. They'll be running all over the farm. So at that point, I like to focus on pinch points, on areas where those deer are gonna be moving. I'm gonna be able to pinch them down, get photos of them cruising back and forth, and maybe you'll get lucky and figure out a pattern. It's just really hard during the rut. Once we get into late season, it's all about food, food, food. Get those cameras on the food, monitor those cameras, see what's going on when you're not there. One tool I really like to use is the live view option on some of the newer model Stealth Cams, where I can go into live view in the evening. I can scout that field, go 360 around it, and really get a good idea of how many deer are hitting that field and just get a good idea of what's going on. So live view is an incredible tool for helping pattern those big bucks too. Add all that to photo tracker within the Stealth Cam app, and you're gonna get a really good idea of what's going on. Hopefully you can use a few of these tips to have a successful season. And if you're interested in Stealth Cam products, check them out on stealthcam.com.